Hey there everyone, and I've been back for a while and I promise I'll do more videos a little bit more regularly. And this time I went to the zoo. Can't you see all the animals at the zoo? I'll see some giraffes, some elephants, probably I don't see them. There will be a lot of animals here. Also, I was coming with my family. You can see all the animals. Also like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you when we see the animals.
Go through, quick, go through.
Let's go through. Here's the bus. Wait. Here on the bus. Here's the bus. You've ever seen the bus over here? I think when we'll go, I'm going to go on the bus at 11, probably. Waiting for everyone to line up. Okay, we're going to go on the bus. It's going to be really fun. I don't know. I think I'm going to be next. Let's see. Lining up. Okay. Hey Mom. Everyone's lining up. Okay. Here's the bus. We're gonna get on it.
You might have to wait for the next one. I'll go to check seats. How many of you in the group? Six.
And that's right, the next one will be here soon.
Okay.
And you'll have me. No,
Yeah.
sorry, careful.
He said this one's got two, they've just got two more people here.
Two here.
Is it
There's
two?
two. Yeah, no, I think we're full.
Oh, you will? No worries.
Next bus.
Okay,
Okay, next bus. We're gonna wait for the next bus.
We're gonna wait.
Maybe I should have put one
Okay, the bus is now leaving.
It's leaving. Yes.
Yeah. Bus now leaving.
No, he's taking the video. Hey,
Does
Ben, you know
that
what?
mean I'm in it as well?
Ben, you don't want your iPad to go flat. You're going to need it for the drive home, okay? So why don't we...
Wait, but don't ruin it!
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for that. My mom's trying to ruin the video, but anyways. Wait, the bus is leaving. Don't worry, the other bus will be here pretty soon. Watch the other bus come. By the way, I don't think that's the other bus. Wait, Mum. Do you think that's the bus we're going on?
No, not sure.
I guess we're gonna have to wait for a while for the other bus to come. Here's the other bus. Wait.
What have you done, bro?
Here's the bus. Here's the bus. Here's the bus.
Come on, quick. Up here with us.
Sitting right at the back, right over here. I'm gonna sit right over here.
See at the back, don't look.
We're gonna wait for other people to get on, and then we're going. Wait.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
I'm pretty sure things that's everyone.
You can if you wish to, but Paul is a very, very safe driver. So we're all. Thank you so much for that.
Wait.
So I think we're just about full up now. Can everyone hear me down the back? Not too loud for people?
No.
Excellent. Excellent. So, good morning everybody and welcome to Monarto. Looks like it's going to be a far nicer day than it looked like on the way up here this morning. I thought we were going to drown, but that's okay. So as we leave the Visitor Centre, I'd just like to acknowledge that the park is situated on the traditional lands of the Nurrajeri Nation and pay our respects to their elders past and present. My name is Kate, I am your volunteer tour guide for this loop. We also have our lovely driver Paul. Now Paul is a very important person on the bus because not only is he going to drive us safely around the park, he is also our spotter in chief. So big round of applause, Paul! Couple of housekeeping items. Firstly, no eating or drinking on the bus apart from bottled water. Pop your phones on silent if you can, but keep them ready to take those fantastic photos. No smoking anywhere in the park, of course. But most importantly, please remain seated while the bus is moving. That's because here at Monarto, all of our animals have right of way. So if something were to run or jump or slither or hop in front of us and Paul needed to brake sharply, I am the only one who's licensed to fall over. So that's all good. Out we go into the park. So we have any first timers with us today? Any first timers? Your first trip, hopefully not your last. Excellent. Any of our lovely members here with us? Some nice members. One member, that means I've got a whole bus full of prospects. Yay. We love our members. We actually have a KPI at the moment to get more members than the Crows. I only have about 10,000 to go, so any help you can give us with that would be fabulous. Actually, membership is a wonderful thing. It costs less than 3 visits, so and you can go to almost any zoo in Australia. So it's a good thing to do. And I believe if you join within 7 days, you would get the cost of today's visit taken off your membership. Bargain. That is the end of my sales pitch for today. No more of that. We're going to go out and see the animals. So, for those who haven't been here before, this is a hop-on, hop-off bus service. So all of the buses go the same direction. You hop on and off as much as you want to. You get on as many buses as you want to over the course of the day. White Rhino Talk at 12:15, so not too much of a wait. If you wanted to go to that, you get off at our first stop. It's about a 5-minute walk down to the Rhino. You can go to the Rhino Talk, back up the hill, the Cheetah Talk at 12:45, and then back on the bus to head out for the rest of the park. Or you can stay on and go to the Meerkat Talk at our second stop at 12:15, and then the Chimpanzee Talk at 12:40. So those are the options available in this time frame. So anybody wanting to get off and do the Rhino Cheetah Talk combo, hands up if you do. Yep, we've got a couple of hands going up there. So we will do that when we get to our first stop. You will of course see a lot of our native animals around the place. They are everywhere. At the moment we have quite a few emu families, which is Dad and the kids. So keep your eye out for that. So we've got our cheetah stop coming up here. We'll stop there, let you off, and then be on our way.
Right, we're gonna see the cheetahs. Okay, now we're stopped. Okay, my parents didn't want to see the cheetahs, so
Come back and see them after that.
we can see them after later. We're gonna see the chimpanzees.
By Zoos SA. Unlike most of the other zoos in Australia, we are not government owned. We are a not-for-profit conservation charity. And our purpose is to connect people with nature and save species from extinction. So thank you for being on the bus, because just by doing that you are enabling us to achieve our mission. Of course, the most exciting news at the moment is elephants. How excited are we about elephants? An incredible effort by the community. When we needed to raise over $2 million, that we were really sort of pushing it uphill, but the community was fantastic. We raised over $1 million for the community, and then of course we had our angel donor who just happened to see it on the telly. Met with one of our staff and sent us $1 million. As far as I'm concerned, every elephant born at Monarto is going to be called Carol. I don't care, girls, boys, whatever, doesn't matter. But no, fantastic news, and done so quickly as well. So with a bit of luck, the elephants will be here by next Christmas, which would be fantastic. But our fundraising is not quite over yet. Not this Saturday, next Saturday we have our finale, which also coincides with our 40th birthday here at Monarto. We've got fun run wild. You can run 3K, 10K, half marathon or a marathon all around Monarto and around the animals. Get some people to sponsor you, and it's going to be a fantastic day. So if you think of that, just look at our Run Wild Monarto. All the details are there, and there's plenty of time to register your point for you. Obviously, one of the joys of Monarto is that all of our animals have a large habitat, but it does mean they move around a bit. Sometimes it's not quite as easy to see.
Are those the goats?
There we go. That's a good vantage point. Okay. So, as I say, they're hot weather animals and dry animals. They've got some really exciting tricks, but they can allow their body temperature to get up to about 46 degrees with no ill effect. And they can also control their kidneys so that their urine output is so concentrated they're not losing any moisture. Their most significant feature, though, are those scimitar-shaped horns. And there are some suggestions that's where the legend of the unicorn came from. Because with that slim, pale body, that horn in profile, of course it could have just been a rhino on a diet, who knows, but it's all very good. Now, the sad news about the oryx is that they are extinct in the wild. The good news is that here at Monarto we've had 28 baby oryx born in the last year. This is only one part of the herd. We've actually got a much bigger one out in wild Africa. We've got an insurance population. And we're hoping that in the not too distant future we will be part of an international effort to send them back to Chad and to reintroduce them into the wild, which would be fantastic. So coming up here, the chimpanzee habitat is just over there. It's just a little bit of a walk past the upside down rhinoceros and our meerkats and our yellow-footed rock wallabies. Who's getting off here at the outpost? Everyone? Yeah. the chimpanzees. Are they fabulous? Did you see little baby Happy? Isn't he gorgeous? He's getting very active now. I always think the chimpanzees should come with an addiction warning. Because once you're there, it's really hard to drag yourself away. It's fantastic. And did you see any of our yellow-footed rock wallabies as you went past? You see a couple? Tell you what, they are an ambassador species for us and a huge part of our conservation program, because they are not just great mothers to their own babies, they're great mothers to other people's babies as well. We have a species of critically endangered wallaby up in the APY lands called the Waru, or the black-backed wallaby. And if a dead Waru was found, they'll do a pouch check. If there's a joey in the pouch, they'll put it straight into the yellow-footed rock wallaby pouch. She doesn't care if it's not her baby. She's fine with it. It's all good. In fact, she doesn't even care if it's not the same species. We had a tragedy about 4 years ago. Our tree kangaroo at Adelaide Zoo was killed in a storm. Not a kangaroo, they come from New Guinea, different species. But it had a joey in the pouch and they thought, oh, we'll give it a go. So popped it in a yellow-footed rock wallaby pouch. A few months later, out popped this little blue-eyed thing, completely different species. She didn't care. She's fine. So they are an incredibly important part of our conservation program. We call it cross-fostering, and they are just fantastic at it. So that's good. Now we are heading into the first of our drive-through habitat for today, and we are going to go and see an ungulate. Anyone know what an ungulate is? It is simply an animal with hooves. So about 25% of all mammals are ungulates. So remember that, it's going to tell you friendly. I'm not actually even sure whether they were planned to be part of our collection here at Monada or if they just turned up. But whichever way it is, they are lovely. And we reckon they'll be round here past this fence, and we'll take a punt about which way to go. Excellent. One of the joys of Monada, of course, all of our animals have a huge amount of space. But it also means sometimes it takes a little while to find them. That's okay. They're up near the gate. Fantastic. So, we're going to go up. They're up here near the gate, and I'm going to get you to look for the stag. Now, about 6 weeks ago, not even that, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, as they do every year, the stag's antlers fell off the top of his head. They fall off the top of his head every year at the end of mating season. And then they grow back. And they grow back bigger and better than they were before. And it's the fastest growing tissue after birth of any animal anywhere. So it only takes just over 100 days from them to go from nothing to the full set of antlers. So there he is. Now you see how far that's grown in just about 4 weeks. Actually, I missed last week. I haven't seen him for 2 weeks, and I couldn't actually see his antlers 2 weeks ago. Now, you see how they also look like they're covered in felt or velvet? You've heard the term velveting antlers. That's because antlers are bone, and that really fast-growing bone needs a blood supply. So as they grow, that's a network of capillaries that are taking a blood supply to that fast-growing bone. Once the antlers are finished growing, of course he won't need it anymore, so he just rubs it off on trees, and that's when people get hysterical and say, the stag's dying, it's bleeding to death. No, it's just what it does every year. Something you might want to know, people have always asked, what do we do with the antlers after they've dropped off? I can tell you they make great chew toys. Husky horses or Mongolian wild horses. So we'll get to the bison first. Now, there are cave paintings of bison dating back 20,000 years in Europe. We think they went across the land bridge to North America in the last ice age, 10 to 15,000 years ago, along with the American people. Now, these are the largest of the cattle species. And you can see they've got these massive shoulders and necks and these heads and the short horns. In their native America, they'd use that head like a snow cloud in the winter to get the snow away from the grass underneath. Now, when they're born, we were lucky enough to have 3 baby bison born last year, all on the same day. And when they were born, they were The reason for that is that bison have really poor eyesight. So the babies need to be a bright colour so they can see it. So it's like being born with a high-vis vest. They've got poor eyesight, but a fantastic sense of smell. So these are the only truly wild horses left in the world. So they come from the Gobi Desert in Mongolia. Shorter and stockier than a domestic horse, as you can see. Unlikely to win a Melbourne Cup anytime soon. And you'll see that their mane stands up. That's because they are actually far more closely related to the zebra than close to losing one of the oldest species.
Where are you going into?
Over this side, unique I think to Monarto is a white magpie. He's over there by the side of the road. We don't know what happened. He's sort of a genetic mutation of some sort of recessive gene or something. We haven't seen them anywhere else, but he is. He wanted to be an umpire. I'm going to remember that. That was good.
Which one?
That was good. But just he's fine with the rest of them.
Oh, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, we've not seen him anywhere else, but there are a few
Oh,
around.
what's the key? I'll throw it up.
And this is our black rhino. Now we have 2 male black rhinos here at Monarto. Now all male rhinos are solitary in the wild, and the blacks can be quite aggressive. So for years we've had to alternate them on exhibit. But last year we got a new sponsor who has built a new rhino facility. So now both of our rhinos have their own space. But it also means if one is a bit far away, the other one's generally closer. So it gives us 2 bites of the cherry, which is good. Now the black rhino is the smaller of the 2 species of rhino we have here at Monarto. But he's up there pretending to be a rock. That's pretty murder, or any horn. Yeah, hair, keratin, so the same stuff as your hair and your fingernails. But there are some cultures who believe that rhino horn has magical properties and will cure anything from cancer to a hangnail. Last heard it was selling at something more than 3.5 times the price of gold on the black market, and while that's the case, they will continue to be sold. Oh, we've almost got a zebra crossing. Here we go. Here are a couple of our boys. Now, these are plain zebras. You can tell because they've got a shadow stripe, like a brown stripe in between the black stripes. Now, of course, each zebra's coat is as individual as a fingerprint. And if you've ever seen an inked fingerprint, it's actually very similar type of pattern. But pattern recognition is their special skill. So when a baby zebra is born, the first thing that mum will do is turn her back on it. And that's because she wants baby to imprint on the individual pattern of her bottom. And for the baby, it's like reading a barcode. So baby goes, but they certainly have been prolific. In fact, we think lockdown really suited our buck because there's been such population explosions. There's our buck right in front of us. Now you see he's got those beautiful spiral horns. And he looks like he is following her with intent. Oh, we're in trouble now. Yep, definitely there's some intent going ahead. They have 2 babies a year. And every time we have baby season, it's about another 30 of them. No, we'll give them a bit of privacy, that's fine. Okay, so here they are. Now, you'll see that there are a number of little spikes. All antelopes do it. Okay, so the little spikers, those little horns coming up, they're getting to the age where they are going to start taking way too much interest in the ladies, start knocking heads. So they will be going to join a bachelor group in Wild Africa. As soon as they're removed from the girls, they are all bros, they're good, but it's need to be done. Now the larger animals there, those are Mesopotamian fallow deer. Okay, now they, unlike the red deer, are critically endangered. Because as the name suggests, they come from the Mesopotamian basin, so Syria, Israel, Palestine, places that have been a war zone for the last 1,000 years. Now to see them.
See, yeah, it's good to see them. Meow.
So, yeah, there's actually nothing here, so I think we'll just go straight up so we can spend more time with them that way. Now, just have a look. These are a couple couple of female ostriches. You can tell the females. The males have the lovely glossy black feathers with the white tips. The females look a bit more like a feather duster, sadly. But one of them is over there on a nest, and that's where we reckon we have some little chicks. And you can see there's some little chicks just to the back, just to the right-hand side of Mum. So she's doing a great job. She's probably still sitting on some eggs. So she'll sit on the eggs during the daytime. Dad sits on the eggs at night. Our giraffes. I don't know why they're all up the hill like that. Normally they're not, but never mind. Now, also there's a little creche of baby eland up the hill with the ones around it. We've got about 7 little babies. So here's our giraffe. Now you see they vary enormously in height. The one at the front is one of our youngest babies. We had 5 babies last year, which is fantastic. The youngest of them is in Adelaide Zoo because he was mismothered, needs to be hand reared, so he's down there. Giraffe are the only animals that are born with their horns. But when they're born, they're like little pom-poms on the top of their head. They're all squishy. You can see they're starting to firm up now. They're about 1.8 metres tall when they are born. But the giraffe, occasionally you'll see the giraffe here sitting down, but you will never see that in the wild. They spend their entire life on their feet. It's about a 2-metre drop for the baby when it's born. But that's sort of like, you know, shocks it into going. Now you see that eland closest to us there, the really big one, that's our buck. Okay, now he was new to the girls about last season. He was so scared of them he wouldn't go anywhere near them for months, but he's done a great job getting a lot of little babies there. Yeah, the giraffe are obviously heading off back down to the platform, so probably if you go around on another bus, they'll closer. The eland are doing largest of the antelopes. And do not be fooled by the fact that they're sort of the size of a Jersey cow. The reason that the fence is here is 3 metres high is not for the giraffe. It's for the in the wild, so he won't mingle with the girls unless it is time for there to be some romance in the air. He's relatively new. He's been here a couple of years. He replaced our old bull. And he's ready to position himself exactly where it's going to be a little bit difficult to see from this side. We might get a bit of view from the other. Yeah, head around and have a look. So the white rhino is about twice the size of the black rhino that we saw before. So Ulpana weighs in at a cool probably 2.3 tons, so 2,300 kilos. So about the weight of a caravan, which is very cool, very, very big. Like the black rhino, always covered in mud. They love to do it, but the big difference apart from that size is the shape of their mouth. So where the black rhino has a narrow mouth with a triangular lip, the white rhino, there we get a good view of him through there. The white rhino has a wide, flat mouth. Now, can you see him at the back? Or we might just come forward a bit, you're right. Incredibly loose-limbed. So, not out today. Don't I say, cubs aren't out today. There's a whole series of night quarters out the back here. All of the animals have night quarters that they will go to. And then they come out into different spaces. Actually, get a good view of her as we're going through the gate.
Okay, we done all the rides. We went to see all the animals in the zoo, but there's going to be something after this. I'm going to go to the German place and see. There's something over there. Also, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. If we only have 2 subscribers left, if we have 20, I'll make a brand new video. But sometimes it'll take a few months, or take a little bit of a while to take it. Okay, bye.